HIRU is building an upward channel, and I believe that it will eventually move upwards. Hi, my name is Raji, and I do technical analysis for educational purposes and also for fun. Before starting with HIRU, I just want to thank everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. I just recently returned back to doing these videos, so I really appreciate the number of people who have been subscribing to the channel, and I'm glad that they're seeing value in it. Keep spreading the word. So, HIRU. If we look at where it stopped on Friday, you'll notice that it closed at 84, and that is below the 5-hour moving average line, which is 87. However, it's above the 50-hour moving average line, which is 81. So if we look at the stochastic RSI, we'll notice that it's a bit bearish. I wouldn't say very strong bearish because it's coming sideways, and it is literally 5 points below the signal. So the question is, can it actually reverse right here and overcome that bearish movement and push upwards as well, or does it continue moving all the way down to the oversold zone without losing so much momentum? Now, if we look at the MACD, you'll notice that a light green rectangle has showed up, which means that it is turning a bit bearish. Once again, let's keep a close eye on this one and see how it actually moves from here. Now, if we look at the daily, we'll notice in the daily it is bearish and it's heading towards the oversold zone. And it's currently 17 points below the signal, so the signal still has room to catch up. And from a MACD perspective, it is also showing light green. However, you'll notice right here that it's trying to recover. It's not going straight down to close the loop. It is actually trying to push upwards. So the question is, with this support, will the price drop significantly? And for us to know that, we need to look at the other time frames. On the other time frames, you'll see that it is bullish on the weekly, and it's 21 points ahead of the signal. So it still has room to push upwards as well. And the MACD looks fantastic. And from a monthly perspective, it is also quite bullish, deep inside the overbought zone, 4 points ahead of the signal, and also the MACD looks great. So given that the weekly is bullish, the daily will not be drastically falling behind. So we have an upward line right here, and it could potentially break down. However, I don't see it drastically falling below by much because of the fact that the daily or the weekly is doing well. Now, another point that I raised in a previous video is you'll notice here that we have a couple of cups, 1, 2, 3, and we have a bigger cup right here. So normally what we in patterns or in trading patterns, there's a cup and a handle, and I believe the handle is forming right here in order to push upwards. Now, very important, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there is an upward channel that is building, and you can see it right here. So if you draw a line here and I draw another line below, you'll notice that it's an upward channel, which in trading, that's a very good sign. So that's why I still believe that this stock will be pushing upwards eventually. However, it is consolidating before making its next move. So that's my thoughts on HIRU. Hope you enjoyed the analysis, and if you did, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channels if you haven't done so already. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will speak to you soon in another video. Take care.